All right, let's get into it. We all use calendar invites, right? They're just part of our daily lives. But have you ever really stopped to think about the tech that makes them tick? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something called the calendar invite server. It's this really powerful system that's completely changing the game, turning that basic add to calendar button into a direct, dynamic, and honestly, pretty brilliant communication channel. But first, we got to start with a problem, a frustration that I guarantee every single one of us has felt. You're on a website, you see an event you want to go to, you click that promising little button to add it to your calendar, and, well, it's never quite that simple, is it? So yeah, why are they such a mess? Seriously, you get this wall of choices, Google, Apple, Outlook, Yahoo, then you have to download some weird file with a .ics extension, you have to figure out how to import it, and even after all that, you usually have to go to a different web page to actually say you're coming. It's just a totally broken experience. And this really lays out the difference perfectly. On the one hand, you have the old way, a high-friction, multi-step process that, let's be honest, fails half the time. But on the other side, you have a real calendar invite. It just shows up. You get one simple choice right there. Yes, no, or maybe. You click one button, boom, you're done. The event's on your calendar, and the organizer instantly knows your status. It's clean, it's simple, and it just works. So, how do we get from that clunky, annoying button to that seamless, one-click dream? Well, the solution is a piece of tech that completely bypasses that whole file download thing. Instead, it creates a direct link between the person hosting the event and your personal calendar. And this is it. It's called a Calendar Invite API. Now, the keyword here is real. This system isn't just making a file for you to download. It sends a true native calendar invitation, the exact same kind your boss would send you for a meeting, but it does it straight from a web page, an email, or even an app. It's a living event, not just some static file. To really appreciate what a huge leap forward this is, let's put these two technologies in the ring together for a classic showdown. The old, clunky Add to Calendar button versus the new, sleek Calendar Invite API. Okay, round one is all about what you, the user, have to do. With the native invite, it's a simple one-click yes, no, maybe. That's it. The old button, it shoves you through this multi-step nightmare. Click the button, get sent to a new page, fill out a whole separate form. I mean, it's not even a contest. The API wins on simplicity, hands down. All right, round two, getting the data back. The API is amazing here. It automatically gets what are called calendar receipts. Your yes, no, or maybe is sent straight back to the event organizer's server. The old way is totally disconnected. That button gives the organizer zero data. They have to bolt on some other web form just to try and manually track who's coming. Now for round three, and this is where the real magic happens, updates and cancellations. If an event time changes or gets moved, the API lets the organizer update it in just one place, and that change is automatically pushed out to everyone's calendar. It just updates itself. The old method has no way to do this. You're stuck sending out another mass email, just crossing your fingers that people see it, and remember to go in and manually change their own calendars. Good luck with that. And for our final round, let's talk about the communication channel itself. The old button is basically a one-way, one-time data drop. It's like throwing a file over a wall and then the conversation is over. The native invite, though, it creates a direct two-way channel right to the person's calendar that lasts for the entire life of the event. It's a real, persistent connection. So, we've seen why it's so much better, but you might be wondering, how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood for a second and take a quick look at the server's pretty clever pipeline. It's actually a lot simpler than you might think. Okay, here's the play-by-play. First, an organizer just creates an event in their normal calendar, like Google or Outlook. The only difference is they invite one special email address, which is basically the server's inbox. The server then ingests that event and breaks it down. From there, the API can send it out to literally thousands of people. Then, the server just sits back and tracks all the RSVPs as they come in. And the best part, if the organizer ever changes that original event, the server sees it and automatically pushes the update to everyone who said yes or maybe. It's brilliant. And look, this isn't just some neat theory. This technology is being used in some incredibly powerful ways, scaling from a simple button on a web page all the way up to managing the entire schedule for a professional sports league. I mean, the applications are super versatile. You can embed invites on web pages for easy signups, or you can drop these powerful RSVP buttons right into your email marketing campaigns. You can also build them into apps for things like appointment reminders. And on the really high end, you can use this tech to power massive, custom event sites. And to see the true power of this, you have to look at that last one. Someone actually used this system to manage and send out the entire NFL season schedule as individual, updatable calendar invites. It's wild. That's 272 individual games. Let that sink in for a second. Every single game was set up as its own full, native calendar event, ready to be sent to any fan who wants to follow just one game, their favorite team, or even the whole season. This quote from the project just sums it up perfectly. They took static schedule data, the kind of thing you just look at on a website, and turned it into living calendar invites. So if a game gets flexed to a different time on a Sunday night, the event on every single fan's calendar updates automatically. The calendar becomes the one and only source of truth. But their real breakthrough here, the thing that changes everything, isn't just about making things more convenient. It's about data. It's about what the source material calls owning the signal. And this right here is the key takeaway. Every time someone clicks yes, no, or maybe on one of these invites, it's not just an RSVP. It's a valuable piece of first-party data that goes directly back to you, the organizer. You own it. And this is what those calendar receipts look like when you put them all together. You can see, in real time, who's confirmed, who's declined, who's on the fence, and who hasn't responded. This turns the calendar from just a scheduling tool into a live signal of what people intend to do. And that is so much more meaningful than a generic click on a web page. So, what's the bottom line? What's the strategic endgame here? Well, first, you own your data. No third-party platform is holding it hostage. You're creating a direct communication channel into your user's calendar. And all of that gives you real, actionable analytics, so you can understand what your audience actually cares about. So I'll leave you with this thought. We've just seen how a calendar invite can be so much more than a simple reminder. It's a direct line to your audience, it's a rich data source, and it's a dynamic messaging tool. So if your customer's calendar really is becoming the new inbox, the real question is, what are you going to send?